Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a late night Link to the Past League matchup for Sword this week between Don't Forget to Track Us and Rando Toddlers. It's going to be a fantastic match to finish the day. I'm JP, and I'm joined by Willard. How you doing, Willard?
I'm doing great, thank you.
So, I know you have many thoughts on this mode.
I do? That doesn't sound good.
Well,
yeah, it's swordless. It's swordless, which is fun and it on paper. I think it's fun on paper or interesting on paper, but once you start seeing how these seeds play out or start practicing them or playing the mode yourself, you realize maybe these should just stay on paper then.
yeah, we've seen some interesting logic this week, just to say the least. I mean, it doesn't seem that bad. Like, it's like open mode, defeat Ganon 7-7, you just don't have a sword. Doesn't seem that bad, right?
Yeah, well, no sword. Aw, man, that stinks. That's like a lot of your firepower. Well, don't worry, because like hammer is basically a level 3 sword, which is good. So it does a lot of damage, but you don't realize how much you rely on your sword just to like navigate through a seed. Not even just like fighting stuff, but just with everything else.
I mean, it even seems nicer because they give you the bow and silvers together. I mean, it seems so nice, right?
It does. It is nice. I mean, I know I've had plenty of experience playing this mode in the past, and I know how frustrating it has been for me, like, getting to Ganon without silvers and having to ask Ganon nicely to tell me where they are and then having to go find them. Nice early Moon Pearl we got going on. That's good.
That's something. No weapons, though, so not going to see the front of Escape yet.
We did just see a fairy pop off one of the guards, so we do know that the guards are in the good prize pack, so you were able to kill enough of them, grab an 8-pack of bombs there, but no weapon, no bombs. It's just simple as that.
Both heading towards CAC. Still trying to find bombs. Looks like Pretty Wong's going to go check Lumberjack. Looks like Aaron's going to do the same as well.
It's funny seeing them doing the exact same route, and they're also like the normal and then Shadow Link. So it's like, and the Shadow is right behind the other Link. So it's kind of fitting.
It is.
Both runners probably very happy to see those bombs popping up.
And what do we got here? 10 arrows. Now, that's an early sword. You don't see as many Aga seeds.
What do you mean? Like casual boots for that early Aga play? Not early, but it's fine. I'm still waiting to see a seed that pushes our runners towards an early Aga with like just the hammer. And obviously like Lamp and Moon Pearl and stuff. Because yeah, in this mode, nice boom mail. That's always good. In this mode, with the hammer alone, you can smack the barrier outside Castle Tower. And as long as you can see your way through, you can get to Aga and fight Aga with just the hammer. It's not too much fun compared to using a sword or using a bug net. Bug net is actually pretty good in this mode, so you always want to see it.
We'll see if they get it anytime soon, as we start the Kakariko checks.
You may not need it for Aga, like you might never ever actually have to fight Aga in these seeds, but even just bug net for Aga 2 is game-changing.
Yeah, I've been doing some Hammer Aga 2 practice, and that fight can be pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Hey,
Nice.
some early boots.
Alright, now we gotta go fast. We also did see a 300 in here, so our runners are both looking pretty good on dollars.
Meanwhile, looks like our tracker is nice and up to date because our tracker is from Don't Forget to Track Us, so they better be tracking right. But yes, we have Ikir joining us on tracking today. So thanks for joining us here.
Yeah, thank you. Let's see, we got a green pendant Hera and a red crystal at Eastern Palace. Let's see what we got here in the back of Kakariko. Well, just another 10 pack of arrows. Wow, it's plenty of money. And a bottle. That's super convenient while you're here. See, like, getting back into playing these kind of modes, I'm back to having to, like, make the decisions on whether I want to do, like, early Houlihan, because you never know when you're going to get forced into rupee farming for Zora. Obviously, that'd be bad in this situation.
Ooh, mirror. So some interesting pickups early.
Yeah.
And his shields. So yeah, some good stuff, but no real direction yet on where to go.
Yeah, one thing you also should probably practice for this week is your Moldorm bombs strats. It's not too bad if you have like a full stack of 9, 10 bombs, but you know, that might be your weapon for a while. You never know.
Yep, it could be. For a second there, I thought you were talking about like Moldorm Bounce rather than Moldorm King.
Why? We're not even there yet.
I don't know. I think I'm traumatized by that maneuver.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't blame you. Alright, well this is interesting. So Parity Wong gonna immediately go for the Bonk Rocks over here. I guess because if you don't, you're gonna probably isolate it for a bit. So kind of nice to just get that check out of the way. Because what if, you know, your hammer's here, or glove, or $1, a single buck. Gotta have that buck.
More bombs in the dam.
It's still weird to me after a whole 2 weeks of doing like entrance shuffle, having to go back to the basics of your basic open 7/7 defeat Ganon.
Hey, glove.
Oh, nice. There's our glove. Okay, gets us back into escape. Could be a sequence break up the mountain up to Hera, which I can't imagine you want to do that without a weapon. And also just put Zora in logic, which we do have the money for.
Moon Pearl and boots. That Zorchek does become a little nice looking.
Yeah, with boots you can set up Water Walk. With Moon Pearl you can set up the Water Walk as well. In fact, you can go for the double Water Walk if you really wanted to. Get that Zor Ledge item. You know, a little bit of a divergence over here. Just a fire shield.
And Pretty Wong doing some good bomb strats here. Let's see if I think good. Okay, that's fine.
Right. Here we were talking about water walking. Don't need to do that no more.
And now you'll set up the water walk anyway because you forget that you got those flippers in about 30 seconds.
Well, I mean, you can get the water walk going up to Hobo still, so it's still worth doing out of Ice Route Cave.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're talking about. I've definitely like set up a fake flipper when I have flippers, and then I'm like, oh yeah, oops.
Right, let's see what we got in the back of Escape and Ice Route Cave. Oh, Samaria. I'll count that as a weapon.
That's a start. I mean, our magic's not too great. But I mean, that would be enough to get us through escape if we want to go for that.
Yeah, honestly, like I like Samaria and Swordless at least early, like, especially on blind. I prefer a Samaria blind to a hammer blind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Star Mario Blind, you can kind of just set up and then stand back. You have it's not super close encounter, so it's easier to avoid damage. Oh, that was close. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered if Purity Wong bonked there, but if you bonk while you're water walking and you don't have flippers, you're in trouble. There's our mitts. There's our Dark World access without the hammer. Not ideal.
Yeah, in this mode, I don't like that. I mean, yay for Dark World access, but I'm getting scared.
I mean, that's the other thing is like, what would you do first? You go Village of Outcast Portal, which is just the only one you can do. And you do what? You go do Hammerless Thieves Town. You route down to Hype Cave in search of Hammer first. You do Smith Chain. I guess, I mean, there's a lot of options, but it's like, man, it'd be nice to be heading towards the next dungeon. Was that a hook shot I just saw?
Burna and a single arrow.
Oh, that was Burna.
Alright, Zora, you got anything good?
Red mail.
You'll take that?
I mean, I'd be more excited if it was like blue mail from green to blue, but I mean, blue to red is still nice. Still would have probably preferred progression overall, but okay. Well, Purity Wong's gonna get their Cane of Samaria, and then this will be an interesting decision whether just to head straight to the Dark World from here. We still have the front of escape. We still have Saha's closet and parts of Eastern. That's pretty much it for in logic, at least.
Right now, no, there's not a lot in terms of dungeons. You could go. I mean, you could go to Thieves Town, but you're potentially leaving an item behind. Otherwise, you don't really have much for completable dungeons yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did have King's Tomb, but Pretty decides not to check that.
Alright, heading into Village of Outcast portal. Let's see if we get like a... Well, we'll probably get a map check first. Maybe not.
So just bombs and chest game. See if Purdy goes for Thieves Town. Yeah, I've learned to wait, because runners love to open that but not actually go in.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to miss out on a hammer in one of the 3 chests that are outside Thieves Town.
One bottle we have, I believe, was a red potion.
Yeah, we got a red potion. I think it was in back of the well. Well, we are going to see a bit of East Palace area. We'll see what Saha has. This could be pretty big if Hammer's sitting over here. You know, pretty well I'm going to miss out on that for a little bit. Or a lot. Depends on where they go next. It's looking like North Dark World.
We also had our first sword taunt.
Oh, the dang green 20.
Yep.
Oh, there's our lamp. No cape, though.
Yeah, that's... Well, we see Fire Rod, they're not going to come back for that, but you might have to, depending on where the logic goes.
That does make things interesting, though. That's like an interesting thought. Where is this cape going to be? Do you route around it, or do you just anticipate it's going to be in like pod or something? And it's fun to start hypothesizing where you think that cape's going to end up being. It's probably just front of Thieves Town. Or maybe vanilla. JP, it could be vanilla. What if it's vanilla, JP?
We might find out in a moment.
Oh, there we go. Pendant Mire, Pendant Swamp, Red TR. That's Pendant Mire, Pendant Swamp, and Red Turtle Rock. There's our dungeons for the day. Pendant Mire. Sword. No cape, but it is a funny sword. And by funny sword, I mean green 20.
The Tomb of Excalibur.
So this is, it's another one of those seeds where we have a Pendant Mire. There's a possibility Flute could be in GT, so we might be forced to find the book to get into Crystal Desert. But we gotta wait and see.
Yeah, we need something that's going to open up the seed a little bit. Like, what's that next item going to be? I mean, it could honestly just be the cape to get us up the mountain, though actually that doesn't open up that much up there. Pretty well going to stick with overworld checks for the time being. But Aaron is going into dungeons.
Got an early big key. It's also one of those bomb setups that are kind of tricky when you don't have a sword. I know I'm personally like used to using the sword spin to kind of set up along an edge. Oh, there's the cape. Okay. Thank you, Smith. One thing that I've heard of, I've never really utilized it, but a cool trick you can do is you can do an item dash to line yourself up against a hole. I feel like you'd have to practice that a lot to make any use of it, but it is an option.
I mean, one of the easier ways to do it is just do a bonk. Like, set yourself up and then bonk.
Oh yeah, the bonk setup, right. I remember using that a lot, like when I was learning NMG and particularly for Tower of Hera, until people started utilizing the sword setup. And that's like, oh, that's much easier.
But pretty long saying goodbye to the chest as he does his map check.
Yeah, that's fine. You can ditch the chest. That's okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna trick Gary. After we go into Hype Cave.
Well, of course. Alright, so like right now the only real difference between the two runners is just Aaron went over to East Palace area. Oh, shovel. But we already left that area. Oh, half magic's good though. Another bottle. And then that was Aaron that was in Skullwoods as well, so just checking a few extra things.
See if this purple chest has anything interesting.
Nope. So the cape was good. But that's really about it over in this direction. Yeah, I think we saw this on... Didn't we see this on Aaron's Nerd side?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Purity's about to get a bigger dinner plate.
Dinner plate, dinner plate. You know what was on my dinner plate earlier today?
Chicken and pasta?
No. A big old thing of lasagna. It's good. It's good stuff.
So it was half right.
Yeah. All right, half credit then. So Cape leads to Lamp, which gets us up the mountain that leads to Pendant, Hera, or we still have an eastern dip we could do. There's still all of Thieves Town. We haven't touched, or most of Thieves Town as far as I know. We could also still go over to East Dark World with the early flippers. This is why Mitts in a Dark World feels so bad, and it feels even worse because this is swordless and hammer's our main weapon. You don't have it yet.
Well, looks like Purdy's gonna at least dip the front of Thieves Town. Yeah, I just need something that's gonna open up a lot more of the seed. Hammer, hook shots. Those are the big two, probably.
Flute would be interesting as well. That would get us into the Mire area and the desert area. And I mean, I know for me, if I was in this situation, I'd be like, oh gosh, but what if it's like first chest Eastern Palace? But, you know, you don't want to double dip a Crystal Eastern. And at this point, if you're going to dip Eastern, you're might as well going to set up to dip Pod too. You don't want to double dip Pod. So, like, I really think if you're going to get early mitts, the last thing you want to see is the early flippers. Because that just gives you access to way too much of the Dark World.
Aaron's leaving. Purdy's staying in. I think we only at most saw one item in the front, because I know I saw the map, the big key, and the small key. I don't recall if the compass was in the front. Oh, compass was in the front, so there was a 0 item front. Meaning, going back here, you know you're leaving an item behind.
Which is probably why Aaron was like, I'll go find that hammer first.
Now, I think with the key in the front, that means the hammer can be in the back.
I think... Yeah, because it's only not able to be in the back is if the key can, like, be in the big chest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because then you can misuse your keys and then be forced to have to come back with the hammer to get the key to go upstairs to the attic, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, right. With key in the front, then we could get a hammer on blind. Now, the good news is we did get half magic. We did also pick up Burna. So now we have both canes to utilize for this fight. So not going to be a problem at all. Which is a real shame, because the hammer blind fight's really fun. Single arrow. The other thing about this mode is, like we mentioned earlier, there's only one bow in the pool, and it comes with silvers. And I believe now there are 2 single arrows in the pool, instead of having your usual, like, non-progressive bow and silver icon, or 2 progressive bows. So, get the joy of getting the meme twice. Twice! Hey.
Pretty going for the Burna strats.
All right, one more phase left. What are we gonna get? 20 bucks. All right. But hey, we got a crystal. We're on the board.
Yep, on the board, but still searching.
Still searching. Now, it would have been funny if hammer dropped on blind. It's like, do you go back in? Do you go back in for that other item? Uh,
I think you don't. You just assume your opponent didn't do it too. Looks like Purdy's gonna go grab that lamp. And then you could just probably mirror and go straight up the mountain if you want to.
yeah, I think I'd do the same. I know I personally don't like to isolate Skullwoods in this kind of scenario. Just because, you know, if Skullwoods is holding any goodies, you're probably not going to get those for a while at this point. But at the same time, when you have so many other options that are also equally bad, it's like, all right, well, I'd rather go towards more overworld. But without a hammer or hookshot, this mountain climb is not going to give us too much.
Yeah, right now we're looking at 3 items guaranteed. Well, 3 items plus whatever we can get in Hera. Which will be... There's potentially you can't get anything in Hera. Oh, okay, Purdy's not going up the mountain.
Bone Skull? Okay. Yeah, we also still have Front of Escape as well. Like, we have so many bad places to go. It looks like Aaron's going to backtrack.
He's going to give us that shovel check.
Oh yeah, have we not seen that yet? Or did we already saw that on Purdy Wong's side?
We have not seen the shovel check yet. Purdy didn't check it.
Alright. What do we got? Just a heart piece. Yahoo.
This is getting to the point where it's just starting to feel bad. It's like I haven't found anything new in 10+ minutes. I'm starting to worry that I screwed up here.
I mean, with how many options we still have, like it. I don't know. I'd feel bad just because I have a bad habit of always assuming my opponent is like perfect and does everything correct. So I'd be freaking out, obviously. But at the same time, I'm gonna go into this. I would be going into this like this mode has not produced very many good seeds, so I'm just gonna assume that we're both having a really bad time.
Aaron gonna pick up his lamp as well. We'll see if he decides to go up the mountain.
Might get a simultaneous mountain climb coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah, at this point you're grabbing this lamp because you don't know where Fire Rod is. There's a chance it's locked by lamp. And dark rooms suck a little more than usual in Swordless.
Yeah. I mean, at least for dark rooms we have you can turn on your Burna to kind of give you some sparkles to get through the dark, or you can carry your Samaria block.
Actually, or you can even use the boots. Just kick up dust as you're going.
Oh yeah, the kick up dust. That works too. I've certainly utilized 2 of those things. I don't think I've ever used Burna to see through the dark room. But it could work. If you're desperate enough. Ice Rod.
Well, we do need it.
That's good. It's a weapon. I mean, you get Ice Rod at this point, you're just kind of feeling a little bit of relief, because nobody wants a late game Ice Rod hunt. It's never fun. You gotta be careful of these boulders. Switch to Burna.
I saw a Quake, nothing, but nothing inside.
Medallions are another item that got super nerfed in this mode because, you know, obviously without a sword, you can't use the medallions anywhere outside of like dungeon entrances or an ice palace in this mode. So, which is bad and unfortunate because there's a lot of times where you're like, man, I wish I could just cast Ether to get rid of all these annoying enemies around me, like in GT, or I've seen it used in like Skull Woods in the Torches room. Just these tiny moments. But not in Swordless.
It's a big key in the basement. There's the map. No hook shot. We're climbing normally. So if there's an item on Moldrum, we're not going to see it unless we get a hammer in here.
Yeah, right now we have no weapons that can hurt. Big old Moldworm.
That is the one risk of coming in here. But with the lamp, you are guaranteed to be able to get one item, though it could be in the basement.
I mean, not to do that thing where it's like, oh man, well, there's one time I had a seed that had like an early Hera play without a weapon that led to a fetch quest item in the basement that led to the hammer. So, I mean, anything's possible here. But that was also like one of the last things I had left to do. These two still have lots of stuff that they could do. No, none of it's very like good or efficient. But yeah, mirror shield.
Well, there's one item, and Aaron's not going for the basement, which I think if I hadn't seen either item, I'd go for the basement. But seeing one item, I definitely, I think I agree with bailing. The last thing you want to do is do the basement for a compass.
Well, we just saw the compass, so we know it was an item.
Oh, we know the small key.
So that
Never
means
mind.
the small key is, yeah. That means the small key's on the boss, right?
Well, it could also be locked in the basement.
Or locked in the basement, yeah. All right, well, this might be Aaron going for the back of Thieves. And now we're going to finally see Hyrule Castle from Purity Wong. Imagine 30 minutes in going to the castle. I mean, on one hand, it's like... I'd be more inclined to go this way. You know what? Now that I think about it, I wonder if it would have been... I don't know about better, because it takes a little bit longer without hammer, but like going... Oh, no, never mind. Sorry. I was like, what if you go to the pyramid, then mirror and do Hyrule Castle, but you'd have to go all the way from Village of Outcast to do that, and that sounds terrible.
Yeah, that's almost the situation we're getting into, though, with these Dark Worlds being one of the last places we can check.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, could have gone Village of Outcast portal, gone to Catfish, and then routed down to Pyramid, did escape there, and then set up for the Pod Eastern. The big whammy.
Well, I think at this point we can rule Dark Cross as a small key because they don't, or PDR doesn't have one.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that sounds right. Oh, no. Purity Wong didn't kill the first blue guard in the map room. That's why there's a key discrepancy there.
So he's just playing with us.
Well, if we get an item here, we know that it's logically locked behind... Or no. No, because the small key was in the back. Never mind. Just some bombs. So what's Dark Cross gonna have? Small key was in sync. Oh, okay, alright. Thank you. Thank you, Iker, our tracker who is tracking this race.
Yeah.
Details.
He's not forgetting. We are. He's not.
Yeah, and like Purity Wong hasn't even been to East Palace at all, so... okay, gonna save and quit. Oh man, this is looking rough. Now the shovel check, okay. So yeah, I mean at this point, what do we have? We just have Catfish, Pyramid, Eastern Pod, that's it?
Well, we also have the first chest of Swamp.
Oh, I mean, if there was any time to have done that, it was a long time ago. that time has passed.
Yeah, pretty long. Setting up to go back to the Village of Outcasts portal.
And Burnistrat's taking down Blind for Aaron. Each player crystal apiece, and wondering why, what they got themselves into. I mean, this is just what I expect from this mode. And if Hammer just ends up being like first chest Eastern, you know, I could see it. Maybe Hammer's gonna be like vanilla big key chest in Eastern, so logically you still had to go get Cape off of Smith to get Lamp off of Bumper Ledge to then go over to Eastern.
And it looks like they both have the same idea. They're going to go to Catfish.
No.
Well, just remember, Willard, you could have played Inversion instead of Swordless.
No, I think I chose correctly.
Yeah, a quick question, Chad. You can't beat Agasaurus. You can. Well, for Aga 1, they did make one change in Aga Tower, in that the curtain's pre-cut, so you don't need a sword. And then the hammer and the net can reflect the balls.
All right, Catfish, what do you got for us today?
Doggy bombs.
Nothing yet. All right. I mean, you know these runners are both freaking out at this point.
Yeah. You've gone like 20 minutes to this point without finding any real progression.
But I mean, the thing is, for the most part, both runners have been kind of making the same relatively safe play. Like, I feel like they've both been going kind of a route that most would expect in like a tournament setting. So, but the hard thing is not to psych yourself out and be like, oh man, my opponent went here right away. They just rushed East Dark World. I know it, and they got the thingy that I need.
Well, is it thingy they need on the pyramid?
Survey says,
oh,
maybe.
Come on.
I mean, I would absolutely go run back up and check that, but I think Aaron's going to go ahead and do front of escape now. But my goodness. What is this? This is the part where the game's supposed to get better, not get worse.
I think Purdy's going to run back up and check it.
Mm-hmm. So I'm curious why the early mirror could set up use the mirror bonk strat to turn in mushroom quicker. But this works. Oh, you know what you could do, JP? You save and quit. You go turn in mushroom. Reset if it's nothing. Then you go back to Village of Outcast, mirror on the other side of the hammer rock, drop down and do fake powder. It's so obvious.
Whoa.
There it is. Okay. Well, now do you continue on your path to pod, or do you bail and go do other stuff? I mean, I'd go up the mountain right away, probably.
I think that's Purdy's thinking.
That's a chef's kiss right there. Well, I can almost say that this game might get decided right now if Aaron doesn't immediately go turn in that mushroom and continues on over to Pod Eastern. Unless, like, Bo shows up there or something. But yeah, that is pretty nasty. I guess also, do you immediately go in and beat? Do you go into Hera? I would assume you'd probably do it after finishing East Death Mountain first.
Yeah, it's a bit of a time commitment for essentially one fetch quest plus a 50-50 shot in an item.
Mm-hmm. Maybe hoping you find hookshot over here and then you can hair a pot to save some time doing that. I mean, it is a pendant, but it is a green pendant. It's not all bad. Still pretty bad, though. All right, now we're finally into some new territory. Let's see what we got over on East Palace area. We got our third green 20. Not too long after getting our hammer. How fitting.
Big moment for Aaron here. Is he going to go turn that mushroom in or not? Does he go north or south?
Go north. All right. Good, good, good. Well, I'm just kind of waiting until Fire Rod shows up, maybe, or Bombos, and we're heading to Ice Palace next. You know, if TR is Quake, you could maybe dive in for a couple checks in there, depending on key layout, if you want. Though I doubt anyone would want to.
Aaron not saving and quitting. I think he's going to continue to pod. Never mind.
Psych! Alright, Purity Wong, just switch to Burna or something. Using hammer on mini Molderns is impossible. Alright, we got some bombs, another heart piece, another heart piece. Anything else in here? A third heart piece? Terrible. That was just bad.
Don't know if that's intentional. Yeah,
he set up the portal down here. That's why. He's like, wait, that's wrong. I want to do Super Bunny now.
We never know. He might have wanted to go open TR if it's available.
Well, you still can. But at the same time, would you want to? Even if you could? I mean, it's going to be bad if you go back up here and find nothing behind this hammer. No, the actual answer is hammer pegs back over in Village of Outcast. Come on now.
That was actually the answer. That was actually the answer in one, I think, a co-op async I did.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you got the hammer and you're expected to go back to just for hammer pegs.
Just waiting for Hookshot to show up at some point, and it's like, alright, Pendant Swamp, let's go.
We got one. Yeah.
Let's check up here on the mountain that we can do. I mean, we can do.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, on one hand, yay, I'm not isolating Hookshot Cave, but at the other hand, great. Pendant Swamp. Yahoo. It's like good, but then the monkey paw curls kind of thing here. And thankfully, TR not available, so no chance of that. And now we can do Harapot to finish out here if we really want to. But that's a pretty big if, JP.
Yeah, that's a big if. We'll see. He doesn't have the mirror out, so no, he's not going to do that. Now this point, well, I was going to say you may not want the flute to show up now, but you need to find the book then in that case.
All right, where are we going next? This is still not great. Our options are still not great.
Yeah, we still don't have another completable crystal. I think it's going to be Pod Eastern for Purdy.
Yeah, looks like it. Not interested in the Pendant Swamp. I can't blame him.
Neither can I. That is
Like, man, this seed, I would not be having fun, just because the options still are just like, it'd be great if we had a bow, because then it's like easy. Just go do Pod Eastern. Don't have to think about it. Just go do it. Hope that more progression shows up in there. But at this point, it's like full clearable Pennant Dungeon, 2 non-clearable Crystal Dungeons.
Now, IKEA brings up an interesting point, and this, I mean, maybe you could have thought about this. You were right at Hera, which is green pendants. Oh, you never checked Saha, which even makes this even more of a point.
Yeah.
You could have grabbed that green pendant quick and got an
I'm gonna
extra check.
assume Purity Wong didn't know what they wanted to do when they saved and quit until they just decided, like, okay, I guess I'm going this way now. But I mean, at the same time, Hera is such a bit of a weird situation, because you could beat Moldorm. Yes, you do get a green pennant, but he might drop the small key, and then you'd have to consider doing the basement, right?
Birdie, you don't have the monkey.
Oh, yeah. That is something you gotta remember, is if you mirror to go check Saha, you have to make sure you wait a little bit, because you still have your iframes.
Now here's an interesting moment. Aaron is going to go back in. Very nice Hera pot. It's not a bow-locked pod. I got a 50-50 chance of Moldorm having something, but you also get the green pendant that is an item.
Dude, what if this is the bow and Silver's right here? Just sitting right here on Moldorm.
That'd be very bad for Purdy. But it's not.
All right, just a 20, but hey, no basement, green pendant in hand, so... But I wonder if that's going to send Aaron over to Pod Eastern as well now.
I'm saving and quitting. Let's see where he goes. Okay,
Oh no. Okay. It's the TR medallion.
Where is Aaron going?
I don't know.
Is he gonna do hammerbags? I'm trying to think what else is over here.
Oh, I believe that. I think Purity Wong did Spike Cave, but Aaron did not.
Yeah, Aaron didn't do Spike Cave.
Yeah, because Purity Wong walked past GT, didn't mirror to do Hera and drop down. Oh, okay, okay, gotcha.
I think this might now technically be a bow-locked pod with 2 keys on the right side.
I feel like with 2 keys on the right side it is, right?
Yeah, we did. We just got 2 keys over there.
Yeah, so it should be. Oh, but if it's 5 keys in the front, then no. So we could find a bow back here. Only $20 at Hammer Pegs, so...
I don't know if I like that play, but...
It's a really out of the way, but... And to then not immediately go back into Thieves Town for that big chest, like... Oh, okay. There it is! Okay. Well, that's really good for Purity Wong. Not so great for Aaron, who looks like they're heading into Swamp Palace at this point.
Oh yeah, he's going into Swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Now this still could come. You still could come out ahead here.
You could definitely find something in here. I mean, Bow and Silvers is great because now this Pod Eastern play he can clear everything in here.
Oh man, okay, he's finding the stuff.
That's a full clearable TR now. All of a sudden.
At this point,
We just need desert access.
yeah. So book or flutes.
Book or flute. So one item from go. So if book or flute shows up here in swamp, that could be interesting.
Yeah, Aaron needs to find something, or
Yeah, absolutely.
or Pretty Wrong's just gonna pull far ahead. Yeah, we got a full clear Eastern, full clear of Pod that's coming up. Skull Woods you can clear, Ice you can clear, TR you can clear. That's almost too much at once.
Yeah, it's scary because like if your desert access is in one of those dungeons and you pick all the other dungeons first, like you're missing out on the opportunity to go mode so many dungeons and skip a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like it almost would be better if it like was like a slow drip, like Fire Rod. You find Fire Rod maybe in like Eastern, and then you find Flute in. Because I mean, do you go like if Flute's in TR? Like you're not gonna go to TR next. You're probably gonna go do, Ice maybe Skull. I think we did see one item in Skull. I don't know if we saw the other one.
I feel like we saw both, but I don't know for sure. Yeah, so far nothing for Aaron and Swamp, but we've only seen a couple chests.
No.
Our tracker is saying one item in the back of Skullwoods. That's Crystal 2 at 51 minutes.
Lovely. Man, silvers are just so dang strong at this point. I mean, they don't have a lot of uses on bosses, like, you know, second phase Helma. They're good for Vidi. They're good on Lamolas. And good on Armos. Those are the main ones. But I mean, that's still like half the bosses.
Actually,
give or take.
Tried the quick swap hookshot silvers strat on Argus yesterday, and that was actually pretty nice.
Yeah, especially if you never pick up a boomerang. I mean, that's one quick swap away. You just gotta always be careful you don't over quick swap and hit the mirror. Left side swamp, what do you got? Just, ooh. I think that's our third item now. We saw money, and a blue boomerang.
Yeah, there's I think 3 items left in here. We can also rule pet out at this point because if you get flute for your last pet dungeon, then you don't need to do pet.
Yeah, right. Oh, and this could also be that bad swamp layout where Argus has the big key and you gotta go back in for the big chest. Okay, $20. That's another item over in Eastern. Where's that flute gonna be? Where's that book gonna be? There's the other boomerang? Oh, gosh. This swamp is terrible.
We have one more item in here. And yeah, it could be the big key on Argus to get the last item in the big chest.
Yeah, hopefully for his sake it's just on Argus and big key's locked in its own, or in the big chest, but... Ooh. Curious to see where Purity Wong is going to head to next. I feel like Ice Palace would probably be a pretty pretty safe play to make. With Icebreaker, half magic, fire out. I mean, you're good to go. It's not like the worst dungeon to full clear when you like could have done it in go mode. Unless it just has a really bad layout, item layout, I suppose. Like iced tea room with the big key or something. I think that's like the worst case scenario. Really digging these double hooks on Argus. It's a lot better than doing hook, pause, hammer, pause, hook. Missing a few steps there, but you get my drift.
Yeah.
Four ice rod shots. A little off. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well done. Are we getting the big key? Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Third dungeon clear on both sides, but it's Purity Wong's third crystal versus Aaron's second pendant.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely going back in.
Okay, this is a huge moment. If this ends up being the Booker flute, that's like the only out that Aaron has at this point. Or green pendant.
Yeah, green
One of
pendant
those
is his
two.
other. He needs one of those two to yield either the book or the flute.
Yeah, because there's no way you're going to go do any of that stuff when you have crystal dungeons you can go beat. Like, that is definitely on the back. Not on the... I mean, that's way in the back of your mind. And just some bombs.
That was one of the junkiest swamps I've seen in a long time.
Nothing about that feels good. Jeez.
You didn't even get a safety to help you out. It's just...
Right. I mean, like Bugnet maybe? Like if Bugnet showed up there, then you'd be like, okay, well, not... Still stunk, but, I wouldn't be too upset. Oh, I'd still be very upset.
But here's the other out coming up. The green pendant turn-in.
Green pendant turn-in. This could still be it. If this is nothing, then... Oof. Aaron's got a pretty steep hill to climb at this point.
Yeah, because Purdy Wong will be like 2.5 crystal dungeons ahead.
Mm-hmm. All right, survey says we have $20. That's really unfortunate. Oh, man.
So Aaron's best hope at this point is that the book or the flute is not in a crystal dungeon.
Right, but I don't know if he has any outs at this point.
Basically, he's got to have Purdy Wong go do swamp and some other stuff.
I mean, outside of... I mean, like, at this point, it needs to be, like, in Thieves Town, and Aaron has to go do that after Skull or something. Like, I don't know, I just don't see a possible setup for Aaron to make up time here unless... Because, I mean, after Ice Palace, Purity Wong's going to probably go beat Skull, and then probably go do TR.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough position. Flippeel's I'm seeing Flippeal talking. All of a sudden.
Flippeel's not playing. That's their teammate. On the left. Yeah, this is also kind of a pretty significant point in the season where, these two teams are, pushing to maybe still try and clinch that 4th spot?
I don't know if they played this week already, but I mean they both have 9 points. So that, I would say they're both at 3 and 5. Then.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, Tracker confirms it's their first match of the week. So yeah, both at 3 and 5. You don't really want to. The 6th loss is probably about as far as you can go down and still have a decent shot at playoffs.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'd say so.
Because you just,
Like, I've seen 7-7 teams make it in, but like that's tough. It's tough. Right, fire rod in hand, half magic. You always want to try and get that initial hit while all the puffs are together to kind of lock them in the wall, and then you can wail on them with the fire rod. But it's a really tough one to time at the beginning of the fight. Ooh, gotta be careful. Down to 2 hearts. Just use a potion. If you got one, you got a blue one. If there was any fight to use it on, it's this one. Like, I know it sucks to use a potion when you only need to hit up like 2 more times, but that's like one of the worst fights to die against, because that's such a long walk back. And usually you have like no magic.
Aaron's got the Bone Silvers. Pure D's got his 4th. Look, yeah, I was pulling up their division, the Misery Mire division. So you've got Divine Beastie Boys leading that at 8-0. Bottles on Empty is at 8-2. They've already done both their matches for the week. Infinity Pagog at 5-3 at 15 points. Leftovers Forever at 12 points. And then these two are basically tied for 5th right now.
There's the fire rod.
Yeah. Just looking at their schedules. Don't forget to track us after this week as to Infinity and Pagog and Oops All Foxes. So they've already got some of the roughest matches out of the way. Rando Toddlers also have 2 Infinity and Pagog. They also have 2 Pearl, 2 Furious. So these 2 teams don't have the toughest schedule the rest of the way based on records.
I
don't want to say they don't have a tough schedule because
it's invitational.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's tough. Everyone's good at this point. Heck, there's plenty of really good teams in the Open League as well. Like, this community is nuts. There's so many good players out there.
Also, I remembered I should not have opened Rando Toddlers team page. That team page
is cursed. It's very cursed.
It's very cursed.
Steer away from the curse.
I thought Triple Clown Fiesta was going to be the team to beat, and then Rando Toddlers showed up.
Oh, for like most curse.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, heading on to the Mothula fight. This is like the opposite of when you usually run into Mothula in these seeds. Completely decked out and have no issues. Then again, people are always talking about them early Moth and blind fights, but this ain't inverted. They don't happen that often. At least not like, 3-heart hammer Moth or something like that. I wish it did. That'd be fun.
What's not fun is this Moth stay in the spikes.
Yeah. Like, your best bet in this situation is try and knock them into the blocks so they actually take damage. But sometimes it's hard to tell if you're actually getting it or not.
There's Crystal 5 for Pretty Wong. But it still has not found that book or flutes.
Nope.
And right now, your only crystal dungeon remaining is TR.
And you're definitely doing that before touching any pendant dungeons or doing any overworld.
As Aaron's about to pick up his second crystal. But yeah, he's got a long way to go, and he's probably going to be focusing crystal dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
It was not in Skullwoods. So 6 checks in TR. But yeah, what else is there after that? There is the big chest of Thieves Town still.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there... Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else that we haven't seen.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's why I don't really see Aaron having any outs at this point, aside from the Thieves Town one, but like...
Oh, Tracker also says Pyramid Fairy after TR, but again, that's still kind of on the crystal path.
Yeah. True.
We've already eliminated Ped. Ped's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Either you get the book...
In order to get to Pedestal, we would need the item that would also get us to Desert anyway, so we don't care about the Pedestal at all.
Yeah, it could be the book, but if it's the book, then the flute's somewhere out there. We don't care.
Yeah. Besides, Ped sucks anyway.
There is your one medallion activation of this seed.
Yay!
If we see another medallion activation, then these runners are...
Someone's doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you avoid pendant dungeons, because, like, we got nothing out of Thieves Town either.
Right.
And we got nothing out of Hera. Like, this seed didn't require any pendant dungeons at all. As far as we know. Could still be Thieves Town big, but I would be shocked, actually. I'd be pretty shocked at this point. Because, if it is, I could definitely see Purity Wong maybe do Hera after TR and then maybe go Swamp instead of going back. But it's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I think Aaron's only out in this is a really, really far-fetched out. As people have been saying, it's got to be in Thieves Town Big Chest, and he's got to do that after Skullwoods or before Skullwoods. Which, considering he did Desert, isn't completely out of the... Or not Desert, but Swamp isn't completely out of the realm of possibility, but I just don't know.
I mean, it's so tough to make that... Oh, look, Bombos. It's tough to make that decision. I mean, I'm sure Aaron knows he's got to be behind. But at the same time, you get Hookshot, you have that Swamp play, like, it's sitting right there. It's a good chunk of a good chunk of items, so I could see a player thinking, oh, maybe my opponent also did Swamp and we're on the same path, but I don't know. I don't see a crazy play coming out of Aaron. But maybe. Just maybe.
He's going for his third crystal right now.
Nice vanilla big key here in TR. Yeah, the seed ended up playing out like pretty linear. Like all you really had to do, I guess, once you got to Dark World was... Because was there any... Remind me, was there anything on West Dark World?
Cape for Lamp.
Okay, Cape for Lamp. And then you just had to go over to the Pyramid, get your mushroom for Hammer, and then go straight to Pod Eastern for the other goodies to set up all your Dark World stuff, so... Okay, well, Aaron's going straight for Ice Palace as expected. It probably doesn't help that Aaron went over and did hammer pegs. And there's our go mode flute. All right.
Yeah, now this is PRD's race completely.
Hmm. There's your go mode. Now it's just pretty smooth sailing. So at this point, I wonder how, if you're PRD Wong, I wonder how you're feeling right now. Probably still bad because of the start of this seed, but not too bad because you avoided Swamp, you avoided the Hera revisit, and you avoided the Village of Outcasts revisit.
Yeah, those are all the checks that Aaron did without, and PRD didn't.
And just think, like, any of those checks could have paid off for Aaron, and we could have a completely different race, but as the rando goes sometimes.
I just gotta find a small key on the laser bridge.
I just felt like another seed where you really just had to, like, go for the assumatively worst play, which is going over to East Dark World without hammer or bow.
Yeah, I was gonna say, oh, I'd open all the chests here just in case you find Bugnet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because we still have a really nasty Aga 2. Aga 1 with hammer is fine. There's setups. There's easy ways to do it. I have also, like, pause buffer strat that fight just to make sure I get the timing with the hammer. Especially if I'm at, like, low HP. But for Aga 2, whatever. You know, good luck. Good luck out there.
You'll see backdoor strats. Nope.
I think that third one didn't connect. Yeah, it was a little late. It's so weird how these interactions work, because, like, I remember one time, like, I've had times where I've, like, hit the ice head with the fire rod, and then, like, as it's about to, you know, the vulnerability state about to run out, I'll hit it with a sword or hammer, and then for some reason that re-ups the vulnerability state without having to fire rod it again. I don't know, just weird interactions sometimes. Did they ever fix that in, like, the English version?
I don't know.
I mean, not that it's broken or anything. It's just kind of wonky. Alright, nice. Try next fight. There be our compass. And our 6th crystal. Do you think Purity Wong's going to check the Thieves' Town big chest before activating Flute?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're never gonna know what's in there.
Just putting that idea out there, you know.
It might as well be, I don't know, 5 rupees.
Bugnet. Yeah, the other bad thing about this fight with Cold Stare is knowing when to time your pause to switch to hammer while... Because you can't pause while the boss is exploding at all. So, like, you're sitting there with your empty magic bar and a fire rod, like, I guess I'll just wait. Thank you, precious bird.
Aaron's got his 4th crystal, but Purity is still 2 crystals ahead. And this is the part where you just start mashing your controller out of nervousness while you're waiting for transitions.
Yeah. It's fun to buffer with the flute.
Would you check Myers to shed in this situation?
Nah.
Okay.
At this point, I just hope that Bugnet shows up while I'm looking for Big Key.
I don't think you're crazy here. I think Prody might have like a mic or something, because I think I have heard his button mashing as well.
When they were going to open up Pod but forgot to grab Kiki after the mirror, I heard a long sigh. I definitely did. I heard that Aaron has Mario Kart music. So, I mean, there's still time. But, you know, generally you want to use the audio of whoever's in the lead. So, just as long as Purity Wong doesn't say anything, it's fine.
Yeah, I've had that happen before where I've commentated a race where we didn't realize the runner's mic was on and they started dropping some swears.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They were pretty embarrassed afterwards because they thought their mic was off.
That sounds like a problem that somebody with a single monitor would have. There's a streamer I watch that always like accidentally mutes his mic and not realizes it for a long time. And he's like, oh yeah, sometimes I miss it because it's on I only have one monitor and I'm playing like a full screen game and whatnot. But there's our 7th crystal. We're going to GT. What first potion? The triple. I mean, if you got the money, I guess.
Here, I'll throw up a prediction. It's just the standard one that I can just find in the history very easily. Aaron's got his 5th crystal, but he's still 2 crystals away and he's going to TR to get his go mode. All right, what is the super optimal strategy for clearing out the basement of GT?
Go to the big key. Yeah.
You heard it from Willard. That is the absolute optimal strategy.
I mean, that's what I always do. Sometimes it takes me longer, but, you know, I'm always going for that big key. I always have a pretty default strat that I go for, just doing left, right, left. But sometimes it works, most times it doesn't. Most times it doesn't. It's one of those things where you do something for so long, and then the one time you don't do it, you get punished for it, so then you go back to just doing it for forever.
Well, here we go. And hey, Beardy's starting the same way you do.
Yay! Oh, free heart container. 13 hearts. Pretty comfy. Well, the one thing nice about this mode is that if you're quick swapping, you're not going to accidentally cast a medallion. So that's good.
So you got 2, got 3. 4, and 5. It looks like Purdy subscribes to your strategy.
Yay! I'm not alone. Now if I could just get them to use the Garfield sprite, and we're in business. All right, is it over on the right side? Yes. That's a B.
Chest 8, chest 9, chest 10, and chest 11. Nope.
It's never right side. But the one time it is, and your opponent does hope to full left, you feel great. The 1 in 10, every 10 times. It's true.
It is true. There's chest 12.
My favorite is when it ends up being there, because then that's like the most punishing for that rep that Purity Wong did. It's like, if I'd just gone one more, I would have had it. But fortunately, Purity Wong is in such a huge lead that they could have gambled tile room first and been fine.
And it could still be in tile room. Or it could be right there.
All right.
That was chest 13. Nobody gets 13, so nobody gets anything.
Good. No, what do they call them here? Oh, they just call them channel points. All right.
You know, someone did guess fire chest snake. Or fire snake chest. Fire chest snake.
Fire chest snake.
Enjoy your points, Mukau.
Enjoy your speed gaming bucks.
Meanwhile, Aaron just got his flute. He's in go mode.
Now comes the very fun gauntlet with Hammer. Though I feel like, yeah, you want to use Fire Rod for some of it. The Fire Rod's really nice on the Stalfos just because it insta-kills them. You know, sometimes when you hit an enemy with a Fire Rod, they have like a burning animation. But with the Stalfos, you do not, so it's pretty quick.
Yep.
Yeah, the timing in this room works out that you can burn both the enemies and be fine.
And now we get some silver landmo.
Ooh, unfortunate. Just barely to the right. Expecting it to go to the right, but it went straight up. Yeah, fortunately, a lot of the strats for going up the Gauntlet don't really change outside of Sorthus, except for like those first couple Gauntlet rooms.
So far, everything's going well for PRD Wong. Just a
Yep.
few more rooms to get through to Moldorm 2.
Pretty decent gauntlet. Do you look for Bugnet up here, though?
Yes.
Like, getting Bugnet is like getting silvers at the end of a normal seed. It makes such a big difference in the fight.
After my Aga 2 practice, I'm probably opening chests up here looking for Bugnet if I don't have it.
Did you find the Bugnet in my tower? Gosh, I really wish that could be a thing in this mode.
You need to program the Aga 2 text back in.
Oh yeah, there you go. Dang, we'll never know.
I mean, where else? I mean, I guess there's all the Mire area could be in too. Yeah, Aaron picks up a 6th crystal as PRD Wong is getting into the Aga 2 fights. This fight's...
One.
Honestly, you're just trying to get singles each time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can get doubles. I don't think it's possible.
It is,
Unless you like
gotta...
desync them ridiculously and have enough time to hammer twice. Like this. Hey, okay. There you go.
Yeah, this fight is not a given like it is in normal modes with a sword.
You can kind of tell the frustration kicking in, but he's down, he's dead. We're moving on to the Ganon fight. I know that they changed it so that Fighter Sword works on the Aga balls in the randomizers, so I don't actually know if Hammer was like a vanilla thing or not for Aga.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm gonna lose a practice hack after this.
Actually, yeah. It's a Ganon hug at the start. That's a second Ganon hug. I think Pretty Long bought those 3 potions.
Oh yeah, if he's got 3 potions, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say honestly, at that point, I might just take the extra Ganon hug and restart.
Just restart the fight.
But 3 potions, yeah, just use a potion. So yeah, if PRD Wong gets through this, don't forget gets Tragus moves up to 4 and 5, and we'll be in a points tie for 4th place. A nice position for phase 2.
Trying to line up perfectly behind Ganon's head so you don't move left or right, but not having any luck with that.
Did he get enough? He did.
He did. Okay. One more hit away into phase 4. Then we're just 4 quick silvers and a dead Ganon. Oh no, my one true weakness. Oh, don't move. Don't move? Okay. I wasn't sure if he was actually going to get the stun in time. Almost getting a triple there. There you have it. Get your GGs in chat for PRD Wong of Don't Forget to Track Us. Gonna take the first game of the 2-game set between these 2 teams for the week. Get some points on the board. GGs. I'm hearing a lot of fanfares.
Oh, that's
because that. Why did it sound like Goldeneye for a second?
You can also confirm that Aaron has forfeit after that. He's not going to actually join us for interviews, but I think we're going to get Peter DeWong in here.
Well, we did, but then they left. Now they can come back. GG's, welcome, Peter Wong. Congrats on your victory.
GG's.
Bit of a nasty seed for the start, and then led into probably the most linear mid to late game.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I was definitely worried that like I might have skipped something and then my opponent would have been able to go mode like 4 dungeons or something.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you picked up Bone Silvers and Fire Rod, and you still had the Restapod, Eastern, Ice Palace, the other item in Skull, and all of T Rock, it's like there's no way I'm gonna go to TR next. Even though were you already expecting the flute to be there or the book to be there at that point?
I was just more worried about it being in Swamp, because I figured Swamp is the likely play, and then if you found that before all the goodies in Pod, then yeah, you would totally overtake me.
Mm-hmm.
It felt okay that there was like kind of 2 outs. You know, maybe even if I had skipped one of them, then maybe the other one was on the way. But
yeah, the 2 outs, because Aaron did go for the Swamp play over. Well, they went over and did Hammer Pegs, and then went to Swamp. I think maybe not in that exact order. But they had also already had finished Hera, so they still had Swamp and that Green Pennant turn in as their outs. But Swamp just had a bunch of money in both boomerangs, and I think Green Pennant was just $20. So and from that point on, like there was really no outs, and you were kind of just cruising to victory at that point.
Yeah, it's hard to know when you're playing the seed though, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's such a tough call. Because I mean, at what point were you like in your mind where you were ready to go for that East Dark World visit?
I just felt like, yeah, I mean that's probably the major call in the seed. I just, wanted to avoid pendants at that point. I didn't feel like climbing Hera again, and I was like, well, let's just try to dodge the pendants and see what happens. And then I just kind of accepted either way. It also didn't help that I didn't feel like my routing when I first entered the Dark World was very good. I felt like it was a lot of back and forth, and obviously I forgot to do dig game. So, I felt like, all right, let's at least commit to some sort of gamble here and just no pendants.
Yeah. And then front of Pod ends up, I think it had like 5 small keys, which suddenly put the bow potentially in the back. And then, I mean, then you're starting to get hopeful that, oh, maybe there's something in here. But, yeah, it's tough when you're over in like the West Dark World area and you, in the back of your head, you're like, oh, I still have Saha's Closet. I still have, Front of Escape. I haven't done that. There's still both Pod and Eastern I could dip. Like, not very fun, in my opinion, as a runner of the seed, I'm sure.
Yeah. Having to make that mushroom play too. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I think it was worse because you had already mirrored to get potions and then you had to go back and do it again, but
Yeah.
fortunately both of you all did go back for that mushroom after getting it. And the only difference was Aaron did Castle Tower or Front of Hyrule then while you had done it prior.
Yeah, I was hoping to find Hammer first so I didn't have to make that long trek, but
Yep. Yeah. I feel like in modes like this, if you get mitts for Dark World and you already have the flippers, or you immediately find the flippers, it's like the worst scenario because you have so much you could do.
Yeah.
But yeah, GG's to both the Purity Wong and Mr. Aaron Stern.
Yep. GG's.
1 down this week. 1 more to go.
We'll see if my teammate can pull it off.
Yeah. You guys are in a interesting spot in your division at this point, so kind of sweep if you want a shot at playoffs for sure. maybe can drop one or two more, maybe. But it's definitely going to be tough. So good luck to you all.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm kind of the nonchalant one of the team. I just play my Cs and then whatever happens is whatever happens.
Yeah. I respect that. I envy the ability to do that. I could not do that.
I think DT is our nonchalant one in the group.
Yeah. JP and I are sitting here like, oh man, we gotta get this, but yeah. JP, got any questions for PD1?
Well, one small one maybe. Was your mic on during that?
Nope. Was it?
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure I heard a long sigh after you did not pick up Kiki because you were walking back from the mirror.
I don't know. I thought I had turned off my mic. There was definitely a kind of gotta turn around.
Yeah.
We didn't hear any talking, but we heard button mashing and maybe that's
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun. It was funny though, so it's okay.
Okay.
It's like we didn't hear anything else other than like sounds, so you're good. But yeah, GG's and good luck going forward. JP, let's wrap this up.
Yep. Looking ahead, I don't think these two teams have their other match scheduled yet. I don't see it on the schedule at least. But looking to tomorrow, we got 4 games in the Invitational League starting at 3:10 Eastern. In the Open League, there's a bunch. I'm not going to count them right now. Some of those will be on the ALTTPR League channels. Yeah, plenty more coming this week. A lot more Sword this week. We are in the second half of the season. Playoff pushes are on the way. Lots still to go, though. Yeah, see how this plays out. Good thanks also to our tracker Ike here, who did not forget anything as far as we can tell.
Thank you much.
And
thank you all for watching. Thanks, JP, for the fun comms. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks for jumping in late, and have a good night, everyone.